Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we're ready to start Game 2 of the 2018 TCCAA Region 7 Tournament. Today's game is going to match up the Jackson State Generals versus Walters State Senators. Walters is the #1 seed, Jackson State is the #8 seed. Walters State comes in as the #1 ranked team in the nation with a 50-6 record. Jackson State comes in with a record of 22-27. The lineup real quick for Jackson State is as follows. Batting first is Ian Bibaloni, the second baseman. DJ Wright will bat second, the third baseman. Garrett Guyman batting third at DH. Donnell Bailey will be the cleanup hitter at left field. The catcher, Josh France, bats fifth. Mike Kahn comes in at sixth, the right fielder. Will Harris, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Sam Williams, the center fielder, will bat eighth. And batting ninth will be Bailey Etheridge, the shortstop. On the mound for Jackson will be Brandon Maxwell. We'll talk about him when Jackson hits the field. Lining up the spray chart, the field chart for Walters State, you've got Logan Carey in left field, Dylan Harris in center field, Tyler Gentry in right field, Duncan Pence will be at third base, Hunter Wolf at shortstop, Austin Henry at second base, Malik Kyle will be at first base. Catching today will be Luke Berryhill, and on the mound for the Senators will be Hayden Lehman. Fielder, what do we know about Hayden Lehman?
Well, when you're talking about Hayden Lehman, he's one of the two big horses for Walters State this year, and he's 10-3 on the season in 14 games started. He's got a 4.26 ERA, 12.53 strikeouts per nine, 97 Ks to 25 walks, 8 home runs allowed, and 69 2/3 innings pitched. So this is one of the guys that Coach Shelton really relies on.
And here we go. Batting first is Ian Bebaloni, and with a base hit on the right side between first and second. And so Jackson State's off to a great start.
Yeah, we saw Bibaloni yesterday in the play-in game really make an impact in that leadoff spot. If he can get on base and get moved around, Jackson State should be pretty solid at the plate today.
And that'll bring up DJ Wright, the third baseman.
Third baseman, #9, DJ Wright.
Jackson State's coming off winning that play-in game yesterday over Southwest Tennessee. It was a close game. So they're coming in fresh. They've got a game under their belt.
Watch for Bibaloni to try and swipe a bag. Last time we were here, he walked his first at-bat and stole second base.
First pitch by Lehman is low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Lehman has ended up being second-team all-conference this year, and he is committed to going to South Carolina and pitching for the Gamecocks next year.
DJ Wright here, the hitter for Jackson State. 10 home runs on the season, 41 runs batted in.
And a ball down low, fastball low, goes to 2-0 the count. Lehman's your really prototypical Walters pitcher, high velocity, upper 80s, low 90s with a nice slider, pounds the zone, tries to pick off at first and missed. Keep Bibaloni fixed on him, not a big lead. Here's the pitch. Fisted him off to the third baseline. Oh, right through the third and shortstop. Kind of a mix-up there, and we've got runners on first and third.
Yeah, tough play for the third baseman to make, but he's unable to get his glove on the ground, and Bibaloni's speed really kills. DJ right now in the corners with Ian Bibaloni.
And we're off to a good start for Jackson State. Brings up the third DH hitter, Garrett Guyman. Yeah, that was a tough play there. I mean, you'd like to think you could get the third baseman just to pick the ball up. It might have been a tough play even to get the force out on second. It was kind of a bizarre the way the ball went completely through both them, third base and shortstop.
This is the guy you don't want to see, Guyman. 3 for 5 yesterday, a home run and 2 doubles. So he's seeing the ball extremely well, and Lehman has not really proven that he's been able to get batters out yet. 2 hits and 2 at-bats. So we'll see how the Senators want to approach him.
Well, you know, it's tough. They come in with such high expectations. They've had a remarkable season. So used to going all the way up to Colorado for the JUCO World Series, and obviously they're planning on that this year. So each game is, in this tournament, anything can happen. So they need to get fixed on it immediately. Off-speed pitch is high for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, if you're Jackson State, you want to jump out and jump on them early offensively because this is the higher seed. You're from the play-in game. You've already played a game under your belt. You've scored some runs, so you want to see what you can do and try and grab an early lead here and not allow the Senators to get settled in.
Yeah, exactly. Pickoff throw to first, not there. Hard slider comes in, up checks. For a strike, it's 1-1. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. No score. Another off-speed pitch, fouled off. Back to the screen. Brings us to a 1-2 count. Just got through with a really exciting game, the first game of the day. Cleveland State came back to beat Dyersburg State 7-6, so they'll move on in the winner's bracket to face the winner of this game when Dyersburg will wait for the loser tomorrow morning. Oh, and the pitch clips him, clips Guyman, and it'll load up the bases. So you couldn't have asked for a better start for the Generals here with the big swinging Donnell Bailey, the cleanup hitter. We saw him take some mighty cuts yesterday, didn't we, Fielder?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. This is a perfect start for the for Jackson State Generals. I mean, Bailey had a walk, a single, and got hit by the pitch as well yesterday. So he hit some pretty towering fly balls as well.
First pitch is a strike on the off-speed pitch on the outside corner, 0-1.
Jackson State on the season, 55 home runs as a team. That ranks up towards the top of the conference, so they know how to swing it over in Jackson, Tennessee.
Comes to the stretch, big swing by Bailey is fouled off, so he's in the hole, 0-2. Hopefully we've got a large viewership listening in and watching us here on YouTube. I want to say hello to everybody scattered all over the area and all the way to different states. I know we've got some people listening in all the way back from Pearland, Texas. I want to say hello to them. Off-speed pitch, a little bit outside for a ball, 1-2. Clouds are starting to move in a little bit, so we're kind of, we had really clear skies more or less the first day and even this morning, and now I'm starting to move in a little partly cloudy. Make it easier for the outfielders to see the ball.
And no wind either, so not a whole lot of tail. If you're going to get a home run, you got to get a hold of it.
And here's the pitch, just outside. 2-2's the count. Bailey's working him hard. Lehman really wants a ground ball here to give up a run for 2 outs. Stretch. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Lehman. Brings up Josh France. France, the catcher. Number 13, left-handed hitter.
Yeah, France was yet to get out yesterday. He had a single, a triple, a walk, and got hit by the pitch twice and also stole a base. So the catcher had quite a day. So Jackson's pretty comfortable with this guy coming up to the plate.
Delivers the pitch. Off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1. This kind of start the way that we saw last night with the last game with Chattanooga State, where they got loaded up, nobody out. You think there'd be a big inning here. Unfortunately for them, they got out. We'll have to see how the Senators. Outside fastball for a strike, 0-2. So he's got France behind in the hole, 0-2. Really imperative for him to try to move the ball somewhere, preferably in the outfield, so they could get at least a run out of this. Swinging and a miss in the dirt for a strikeout. That'll give us 2 outs. And it'll bring up the right fielder, number 7, Mike Kahn.
Really shows you the power of the strikeout there. 2 straight strikeouts with the bases loaded. This complexion has completely changed.
Yep.
At one point, you were looking at potentially a 4 or 5 run inning. Now you could be getting out of this with nothing. So when you can throw strikes and make these guys swing, mixing up speed, you're going to be pretty good.
First pitch is an off speed for a strike, 0-1. Lehman, obviously being a quality pitcher, polished, he can get all his pitches over the plate, and he's doing a good job of getting that off speed up early, putting the batter behind. And the ball in the dirt, so they're going to get a free run right here, courtesy of the pass or the wild pitch. And that'll plate the first run for Jackson State, 1-0.
Yeah, good read off the ball by Bibaloni there. He's able to make it standing up rather without even a play. So Jackson State does get to salvage 1 run, but they'd like to add to that total.
1-1's the count with 2 outs. Ground ball to shortstop. He'll pick it up, and nice pick by Kyle for the 3rd out. Retires the side, but Jackson State picks up 1 run here in the top of the 1st, and Walter State will come to bat, trailing 1-0. And coming back down here to the bottom of the 1st inning, let's give you the fielding chart here for Jackson State. In left field is Bailey, center field Williams, right field Kahn, 3rd base is Wright, shortstop Etheridge, 2nd base Bibaloni, 1st base Harris, catching Franz, and the pitcher today, as mentioned before, is Brandon Maxwell. What's the recap on Mr. Maxwell, Fielder?
Maxwell's 3-3 on the season with a 4.85 ERA, 41 strikeouts to 11 walks. So this is one of the weekend guys for the Generals, so they're looking to get some production out of him.
Yeah, and he's going to be facing a potent lineup here. First up for the Senators is Dylan Harris, center fielder. I'm going to spend a lot of time probably with each of these batters talking about their accomplishments and so forth. Harris has come in and he made first team center field, as a lot of his fellow teammates did, both first and second team. But I believe Harris is destined to go to next year and play for the Tar Heels from North Carolina. Next pitch, a little outside for a ball, 3-1.
Harris on the season, 21 doubles, batting at a 400 number, 11 homers, 49 RBIs, and 17 stolen bases. So can do a little bit of everything.
Oh, swing and a miss. You see a little hesitation on the kick there also from Maxwell. It seems to be the norm here in this for the pitching in this league.
He must have watched starter for Cleveland State, Etter. He did some Johnny Cueto-like pauses to get the timing off. So nice job there.
Full count. Swing and a miss by Harris on fastball down and out for the first out. Good start from Maxwell.
Coming to the plate now is the left fielder, number 8.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Logan Carey. Carey is a sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee. Takes a ball on the outside corner for 1-0.
Playing against his hometown community college here, the Jackson State Generals.
Probably played with several of the Generals in high school, I imagine. Next pitch is a strike, foul ball, 0-2. You know, I mean, like I said, we were kind of surprised that we weren't going to see DJ Wright today, but you know what? Obviously, there's some strategy, and Maxwell's kind of got a herky-jerky windup, and there's a foul ball. Kind of a herky-jerky, and that might work with some of these aggressive Senators hitters.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and he's mixing that herky-jerky delivery with some off-speed stuff, so he's doing a good job.
Foul ball. I don't know what that.
Looked like a call strike 3,
call strike,
and then
okay.
he dropped the ball.
Good call there. I didn't see the miss. So we got a runner on first base, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Hunter Wolf. Wolf is a sophomore redshirt from Kingsport, Tennessee. Off-speed pitch for a ball, 1-0. Wolf is also a first-team all-conference selection at shortstop. Pickoff attempt fails. Walter State this year's team set the all-time record for their school in wins with 50, which is, they ended up 15-6, which obviously is outstanding accomplishment.
Yeah, Wolf on the season, 35 stolen bases, only been caught 4 times, and on base at a 5.44 clip, so he's on more than half the time. So he's a guy that you got to really look out for in this lineup.
Here's the stretch by Maxwell. Ball way in, 3-0. Now you don't want to start getting a pattern here of getting behind these hitters, and 2, putting them on base. It's a recipe for disaster with this club. 3-0. Wouldn't be surprised if he had a red light here. Okay, that was a ball. So I guess the scoreboard was wrong. I had him as now it's 3-0. 3-0 count now. Strike over the middle. 3-1. 3-1 to Hunter Wolf. Good lead. Good lead by Carey. 3-1, not a bad count for a hit and run attempt, but I imagine this club has always been a very station-to-station type hitting. But that still count is high. Oh, foul ball.
Yeah, on the season they have 99 stolen bases. The team only been caught 12 times. So when they do steal, they're pretty efficient, and it's an effective way to move runners in scoring position, especially for a lineup this potent. Yeah,
the history's been that they've always been prolific with extra base hits and home runs, that they really didn't need to steal that much. But it looks like this club has become more well-rounded. Pitch by Maxwell, foul tipped. Runner was on the move, so he'll go back to first base. You know, Walters ended the conference leading the conference in hitting, which is not a surprise. They ended up with a team batting average of 370. Jackson, on the other hand, is at the bottom of the conference in hitting at a 233 hitting average, which is abnormal for them. They've prolifically been traditionally a very, very deep hitting squad. Pickoff attempt. Did not work. Trying to keep Carey as close to the bag as possible. He's going to be probably running on. I wouldn't be imagine he's going to be running on this 3-2 count, and he's off. And foul ball again. Down the third baseline. Bring him back.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Shelton's trying to get the hit and run going here, and he's sticking with it. So, be interesting to see how Jackson wants to approach this. You know, do you keep working off speed stuff, or do you try and go in with your fastball and try and get him to roll over on one?
3-2 pitch delivery. And a ball low for a walk. We'll put runners on first and second here with 1 out. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Austin Henry. Austin Henry, he's a redshirt sophomore, and he's from all the way up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. All this way to come down to play for Walters State, which is not a surprise. National power, well sought out by high school players. Strike on a little bit of an off-speed pitch. Austin Henry was named last night the player of the year in the conference.
Yeah, he's hitting .444 with a .744 slugging percentage, 7 home runs, 4 triples, 19 doubles, 73 RBIs. So this guy, he is scary in the batter's box. He's one to look out for.
Inside pickoff move just to keep the runner close at second. First baseman's playing back behind the runner at first. Here's the stretch. Off-speed pitch a little bit inside for a ball.
Looked like a pretty good pitch there with the timing. Yeah, like you said, kind of floated in. Henry gave up on it, but it looked like it may have caught close to a corner.
1-1's the count. And a pitch jammed him into the third base. Wright's going to touch third. Maybe a double play here. Safe at first on a bang-bang play. So we gives us 2 outs still with men on first and second. Nice play by Wright and a nice play by the first baseman Harris to block the ball. That'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, the third baseman Duncan Pence.
Yeah, Walters State's lineup today, their 5- and 6-hole hitters have a combined 26 home runs on the season. So that's a lot of production coming out of towards the bottom of the lineup. But the 5-hole, that's crucial, especially with Henry right ahead of him.
Pence, ball was down low, blocked nicely by the catcher for a ball, 1-0. Pence also was named first team all-conference this year, and he's going to be heading to play for the Tennessee Vols next year. That'll be his hometown team, because I see he is from Knoxville, Tennessee. Pitch by Maxwell, a little bit outside for a ball, 2-0. That's the dangerous count here. Got to be careful with this count. Can't just come in and hope that he hits it hard to somebody. You got to make a quality pitch here. Fastball in, nice pitch on a 2-0. He took a big cut at it and fouled it off down the third baseline. 2-1's the count here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0, Jackson State. Two-one delivery. Fastball up the middle. Is it blocked up? It's just off the glove. That'll bring in a run. Here they comes into third. He's going to come in. Take a chance. And he's going to get in. 2-1. Nice job by Henry making the whole circuit all the way around. Tough luck on the shortstop off the glove, off the middle, but it was cost you 2 runs.
Coming to the plate, number 27, the right fielder, Alex Hinton.
Yeah, like you said, tough play there for Etheridge at shortstop, and I think actually him hitting the glove did more damage than good for Jackson State. But if he could have gotten a glove on it, may have been able to limit some damage. But Walters State takes advantage of an opportunity there.
All right, we'll bring up the 6-hole hitter, the right fielder Tyler Gentry. takes a nice cut at the first pitch and fouls it back. Gentry is a freshman from Arlington, Tennessee, which I believe is on the west side over there outside of Memphis. He was also named first team all-conference in the outfield. A lot of Walters State Senators made the first team. Maxwell's going to step off, gather his breath, get ready for another pitch here, 0-1. And here's the delivery. Fouled off on the inside part of the plate. It's tough on a pitcher when you play Walters. They just don't give you any chance to relax. I mean, you normally you might have a spot, a couple batters where you get a chance to take a breath a little bit. These guys 9 all the way up or can swing the stick. You just cannot. You can't take off focus.
Yeah, you got to really have your A game stuff also if you want to get a W. So it's important here for Maxwell just to keep it within striking distance and try and limit as much damage as you can. Allow your offense, because your offense for Jackson State, you guys can swing it as well. So let those guys get some ABs and try and wear down the Walters pitching staff.
1-2 count. Tried to nibble on the outside corner for a ball. 2-2. Delivery, a little low, I guess.
Yeah, both those pitches back to back, rather close to the zone. I guess a little lower, a little outside.
That's going to fill up the count. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner will stay there on second. Getting a good lead though, bouncing off. 3-2 count, delivery, hard hit ball to short. Nice grab by the shortstop. Throws to first and gets him. Very nice play by the shortstop there. Took a kind of a interesting hop, but he stayed with it, got it, and gets out of this jam here. Senators pick up 2 runs. At the 1, Senators are up 2-1.
First baseman, number 22, Will Harris.
And here we are back up to the top of the second inning for the Jackson State Generals. Leading off will be the first baseman, Will Harris. Generals will try to get back that into the game here off Hayden Lehman. Lehman throws the ball in the dirt for the first pitch and for a ball, 1-0. Harris is a infielder from Union City, Tennessee. Off-speed pitch, must be low for a ball, 2-0. Delivery. Ball again, 3-0. I guess must be nibbling. I don't know. That pitch looked fairly good to me, but we're at an angle and we got a pole kind of on the side. Maybe 3-0 delivery spiked. We definitely know that's a ball, so that's a walk. Good start for the Generals.
Yeah, I agree with you. It looks like, Grant, like you said, our angle and distance, but that inside portion of the plate to righties is not as open as the previous games here today, so they're going to have to make adjustments.
Center fielder Sam Williams. Sam is from Ripley, Tennessee. I believe it's on the west side, probably west side of the state, probably close to Jackson. Yeah, Lehman's kind of struggling with finding his command on his pitches. You know, he's got staked to a lead, so he's just trying to get a feel for this mound maybe. Spins an off-speed pitch for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah,
this mound's been a source of contention with most of the pitchers in these games. Yeah. I mean, they've been digging holes and it seemed to be falling off. And
he's walked a batter, he's hit a batter, so he's got to figure out, kind of settle in here, get into a groove, if you will.
And there's another ball in the dirt, 2-0. He's kind of digging himself a hole here. Put base runners on for the Generals. Give him a chance, but you got to capitalize on him. That's the thing. 2-0 delivery. Strike on the fastball, 2-1. Kind of check over to first base, let him know that he's aware that he's over there. 2-1. I don't see. It's normally a running count, but I don't think that's going to happen here. Fastball strike, 2-2. So he's back even with the count. Two-two delivery, fouled off, off-speed pitch, fouled off. Two-two delivery by Lehman. Hard hit ball to shortstop. Wolf on the dirt. Throws to Henry for the force out.
Yeah, nice job there by Wolf to get down in the dirt and just get a glove on it. And then there's no way you're going to be able to get Williams at first, but they do get the one out. So that's important here, especially with the way Lehman's been throwing. Now we can see if can he get ahead of some hitters here and try and get out of a jam like he did in the first inning.
And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, the shortstop, Bailey Etheridge. Lehman's up with one out here and delivers. Off-speed pitch down in the dirt and the outside for a ball, 1-0. Delivery is a strike on the fastball, 1-1. Yeah, I was just looking at the conference fielding list, and Walters kind of falls right fourth in the conference in fielding. So it's a strong fielding club this year. Fastball down low for a ball, 2-1. Lehman to the stretch and the pitch. Strike, 2-2. Looks like Etheridge is trying to guess with Lehman on what he's going to throw, and he's losing right now. So get a little bit more aggressive at the plate, hit the ball that's in the zone.
And Etheridge had 2 hits yesterday, a triple and a single, so he's seeing the ball rather well.
Fastball in the outside corner for a strike, looking. That'll put 2 outs on the board.
Now for bat, number 17.
Gets us back up the top of the order for the Generals. The second baseman, Ian Bibiloni. Bibiloni, first time up, got a single. I don't know. It might be a good opportunity here to get the runner moving, get some things going, because I don't really envision stringing about a lot of hits together off Lehman. He's struggling right now, but you know, he's going to shut things down when he needs to. First pitch was a ball, 1-0. I mean, you got 2 outs, and you're back at the top of the order. So if you get the runner started, and in the event he's out, you're back up to the top of the order anyway the next inning. But I think Jackson's going to need to get some things going here and kind of put some pressure on their defense.
Yeah, manufacturing run's going to be huge.
Fastball down the dirt, 2-0. I mean, Lehman is really, you know, he is struggling right now with his location. He's not even getting his fastball near the zone for the most part. He's making a pitch when he needs to, but that's probably not going to be going on throughout the game. 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0, so he's deep in the count. Bibaloni's probably be taking here. Gives the Generals a good chance with Wright coming up next, who also had a single, so to see if Bibaloni can make something happen.
There you go.
And the cripple pitch is a strike on a fastball, so he was taken all the way. 3-1's the count here with 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Now this is definitely a runner's count here. We'll see. They're not moving. Fastball outside for a ball, and he'll put him on base. So we got men on first and second.
Out the bat, number 9, DJ Wright.
Brings up the second hitter, the third baseman, DJ Wright. Wright, as I mentioned before, had a single first time up.
Yeah, according to my count, right now Lehman's up to 37 pitches in 2 innings. So he's around 20 an inning right now. So he's got to start dwindling that number down if he wants to stay long term.
Off-speed pitch outside, you're right, 1-0. I mean, Walter State's, they're deep in pitching, but as I've seen from prior games, when you get into their 4th and 5th pitchers, things change a little bit.
Yeah, and they don't want to have to use that many pitchers here in this tournament. They want to save some arms like everybody else.
Fastball high, 2-0. Yeah, I mean, it's just, once again, we talk about this tournament, and anything can happen. We saw that in the game prior with Dyersburg. Walter State put more runners on. High ball 3-0. You put more runners on base, and you're just giving yourself more of a chance for that one chance where the batter runs into one, and you've got a big inning.
Yep.
So I don't see Coach Shelton sitting with him too long.
Yeah.
Especially with that count when he gets up high.
And this is the kind of hitter in DJ Wright that one swing of the bat, and you're looking at a 4-2 game.
3-0 count, and he was swinging on that, swung through it, but he definitely had the green light.
Sound like he heard me.
3-1 is the count here with 2 outs. DJ Wright at the plate. Lehman delivers. Nice cut again, just threw it right by him. 3-2. Runners will be on the move here, so base hit possibly get you 2 runs. Pitch. And that's going to flare off into right field, drop in front of the center fielder for 1 run. Harris gets the ball into second base for a single for Wright, and evens up the score at 2-2.
A nice piece of hitting there by Wright. Kind of took what Lehman gave him and drove it out into a gap and was able to tie this game up. Jackson Generals came to play today.
Now to bat, number 15.
Now to bring up the 3-hole hitter, the DH today, Garrett Guyman. Guyman was a hit by pitch the last time up. Lehman delivers. Fastball high, 1-0. Guyman's from Jackson, Tennessee, local product. Lehman delivers on the 1-0 count. Oh, ball in the dirt, and that's going to bring in another run on the pass ball. Wild pitch. Jackson State takes the lead, 3-2, and that'll bring out a visit by Dave Shelton.
Yeah, it's just a less than ideal start for Walter State today on the mound. You're giving up a few hits. You're throwing okay. You've got some hit batsmen, a couple singles, and then a lot of pitches that are just in the dirt getting away from the catcher. So Berryhill's having to work a lot harder than you would like him to. So it's just a matter of finding the zone and getting into a rhythm. And for Jackson, it's just building on this momentum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what he's telling him is just like, look, you're creating your own problems here. Is find the zone, challenge the hitters. You've got good stuff. You've proved it all year. Go after the hitters and don't try to be too cute with your off-speed pitch.
And force them to make hits and make plays rather than walking them and then giving them passes. And even here to Guyman, he's behind in the count and he's not even looking very good. Right now, just he's going high, he's going low. He's got to find that zone.
2-0 is the count here with 2 outs to Guyman. Man on second. Fastball outside for a strike. Evens the count. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 2-1 count. Pretty good cut by Guyman now on the fastball. Went right back to the screen. Evens the count up now. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Top of the second. Off-speed pitch is strike on the outside corner, swinging. Gets him out of the inning, but the damage was done with 2 runs. Jackson State will take the lead 3-2 with Walter State coming in here to the bottom of the second inning.
2 runs.
And here we are back up here to the bottom of the second inning for the Senators. Leading off is going to be the catcher, Luke Berryhill. Maxwell delivers, strike, swinging, 0-1. Berryhill's a freshman redshirt from all the way down near Canton, Georgia. Maxwell delivers on the 0-1, fouled off again, strike 2. Now Maxwell doesn't look like, you look at him when he's throwing and they don't look like they're, velocity, high velocity, but they seem to be giving the Senators problems. They're fouling off a lot on the third base side. So he's pitching inside, which is what he's going to have to do. Except for that was a bolt to third base. Nice stop by Wright, and he'll get him at first. Well hit. One hopper just coughed it up. Very good. 1 out for Jackson State. And that'll bring up
bat, number
the DH,
Hunter Gilliland.
That was a scorcher there.
Yeah, it's kind of to add on to what you're saying. Yeah, he's just kind of he's got a bag of tricks, and he's throwing out these change-ups, these off-speed pitches, inside, outside, keeping them on their toes. And then if you can have DJ Wright makes plays like that, you'll be pretty set for the rest of the game.
Off-speed pitches just a little bit outside for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, he's got the herky jerk. He's just
He's doing what he can.
To kind of lull you to sleep
Yeah.
a little bit when you're a really aggressive hitter. 1-0 pitch is a strike. Fastball swung through by Gilliland. Gilliland's from Maryville, Tennessee. He's a redshirt sophomore. Pitches low for ball, 2-1. Here with 1 out, bottom of the second inning. 3-2 Jackson State. 2-1 delivery. Fastball inside for a strike. Nice pitch, 2-2.
That one kind of slid across the plate a little bit. Yeah, nice pitch there.
Gillen's got to watch for that inside pitch, which is what they're looking for, middle in all the time. He's setting up outside. Nice. Curveball in the outside corner for a strike. Catcher set up out there, and that's where he got it, and it delivered a strikeout.
Well, you can tell this whole timing thing's throwing them off. So Maxwell's delaying his delivery, and you can see Gilliland's hands are already moving up and down to get situated to hit, and by the time he reacts to, oh, he's not going to throw it yet, the ball's in the air. So he's just getting thrown off, and the Senators are going to have to make the adjustment. We'll see the second time around.
And that brings up the 9-hole hitter, the first baseman, Malik Kyle. Takes a ball, 1-0. Kyle is also a redshirt sophomore from Jefferson City, Tennessee. Fastball hits him on the ankle, it looks like, and it'll get him a base to first base on a hit by pitch and bring us back up the top of the order with Dylan Harris, the center fielder. Harris struck out the first time up. You know, as I mentioned before, you know, the Senators, I mean, you don't get a break, and you get 2 outs. You want to try to close that inning as quick as possible. So here we are back up the top of the order. So fastball down low for a ball, 1-0.
Well, we'll see how the Generals adjust here. Last inning they had the strikeout that got away from the catcher. He got on base. That ended up scoring a run. So here the hit by pitch. You got 2 outs. Try and do your best to get a ball on the ground or just find it out as quick as possible.
Fastball way outside for a ball, 2-0. Yeah, I mean, Jackson State yesterday, you know, had a tough game. They had to go into their pitchers a little bit, so you know that's the disadvantage to being in the play-in game. Way out in front, but he hit that very hard down there toward the 10th section, up between the softball field and the baseball field for a ball or for a foul ball. But that was well hit. He was just out in front of that.
Yeah. If he's a little later on that one, that one's hitting off the barn.
2-1's the count here to Dylan Harris. Pitch. Wow, that looked really good there, but he must have missed on the outside. He's got a very tight plate. This here is very tight on the strike zone, so which is not good news to any pitcher. I've been in that situation many times, and it's just especially when you're facing a very offensive club, it tends to be a bit of a disadvantage to your effort. 3-1's the count. Foul ball deep over there in left field in the trees.
I don't think you're getting that one back.
I don't know if we're going to get that or not.
Good luck.
Hope the Tigers ball retrieving crew. That could be a bit of a challenge there. Full count. Kyle will be on the run here with 2 outs. Full count.
This is a big pitch right here.
Maxwell's delivery. I'm going to check him over to first base. Make sure that he doesn't get too big a lead on the jump. (3-2) delivery. He's poked out to left field. Looks like the left fielder's going to get it very easily for the 3rd out. No runs for the Senators. Takes us up to the top of the 3rd, and your score is still 3-2 Jackson State. And we'll take us back up here to the top of the third inning for
Now top of the third.
the Generals. Leading off will be Donnell Bailey, the left fielder.
Donald Bailey.
Bailey struck out last time up. First pitch by Lehman. It's a ball down low, 1-0. Next pitch is spiked down low for a ball, 2-0. Want to remind everybody, if you can't watch the game, you can follow us on Twitter. Give them that Twitter address there, Fielder.
At TCCAA Region 7 BSB for all the in-game live updates at the end of the half innings.
Trying to get followers. It's creeping up and creeping up. That pitch was a strike, foul ball, 2-1. And of course, you can see us on the YouTube channel at the Chattanooga State tournament page. Ball inside, 3-1. We're streaming live every game, all the way through the tournament. This is game 2 of the first day. We had 2 games yesterday that were play-in games, but really the tournament kind of officially starts today. Foul ball off Bailey for a strike, brings us to a full count. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. I believe 4 games on Wednesday. And then 3 foul ball off into the right field corner there. 4 today, 4 tomorrow, maybe 3.
It's 4 Wednesday. Yeah.
4 Wednesday, and then 2 games on Thursday that could possibly finish it out. And then if necessary, game would be on Friday at 1 p.m. Fastball inside. Bailey gets a good piece of it, drives it foul ball toward the tarp. Toward the tarp.
Now bat number 13.
Fastball down low. 1-0 to number 13, Josh France, the catcher. 2-0's the count. France struck out last time up. Fastball low again, 3-0. So Lehman's back in the hole here with 1 out, nobody on base. Ground ball up that's picked up by Kyle, flips over to Lehman at first for the out, second out. That'll bring up the right fielder, Mike Kahn.
7th, Mike Kahn.
Yeah, so it looks like Lehman's kind of getting a little bit of a groove here. 2 up, 2 down thus far this inning. He's not out of the woods yet, but it's just a matter of can he find some outs and then let that Senator offense get going and see if they can get on to Maxwell.
Fastball down low, foul balled off, out towards the tennis courts. 0-1's the count here to Kahn. Lehman delivers on the 0-1. Off-speed pitch for a strike in there. 0-2. Yeah, I don't think 3-2 is going to hold up too long. I mean, there's going to have to be there's going to be a little bit more offense, but fastball off-speed pitch, strike 3 on Kahn, and that'll end the inning. So after 2.5 innings, it's 3-2 still, Jackson State.
2.5.
Back up down here to the bottom of the third inning here for the Senators.
Third, number 8, Logan Carey.
Bring up the left fielder, Logan Carey. Carey struck out first time up here to face pitcher Sam Maxwell. Maxwell delivers the first pitch. A little bit of an off-speed pitch, and Carey swings right through it for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, these are the at-bats that are going to tell you how they've made the adjustments in the dugout. If the Senators are getting on Maxwell here early, then you know that they've made the necessary. If they're not, then maybe they've got some problems here going forward.
Ball low, 1-1. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the first time through,
yeah,
you get used to a pitcher. You might, you can see some good hitters getting off balance. But yeah, after that next time around, things start educating themselves a little bit. Off speed, still got a change up there. There was a little bit outside, 2-1. So then it's imperative for the pitcher to change his routine a little bit, and there's frequent different types of pitches and move in, so they give him a different view. That's how the good pitchers can get through 2-3 times down the lineup. Pitch low for ball. I believe he'll run the count to 3-1. Jackson State's got Carey shaded evenly. Swings through a low pitch, 3-2. Wind's dead right now. No movement. Bad news for the Senators. They like it when the wind's blowing out in any direction.
And same case for Jackson, too. They like to get that wind.
3-2 pitch. Yeah. A good pitch, but must have been inside. But he's been a very tight ump.
It looked like Carey almost leaned in, thinking that it was going to hit him, kind of leaned out, if you will, and it looked like it may have caught the inside portion of the plate there. But he gets the call, gets the walk, so now Hunter Wolf.
That'll bring up Hunter Wolf, the shortstop, who walked the last time up. Could be Carey being the number 2 hole hitter. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see some movement. Maxwell delivers, and Wolf shows the bunt. Pitch was down, so he laid off it smartly. So maybe Coach Shelton here is going to actually look at doing some fundamental baseball here.
Small ball, yeah.
Don't see that too often from the Senators in the past. 1-0 delivery by Maxwell. No show on the bunt, and he gets a strike on the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. As I mentioned, Wolf is from Kingsport. Isn't that up there near
that's
where you
Tri-Cities.
School, East Tennessee State area? Is that
yes,
up near
sir.
there?
Yeah, that's the Tri-Cities, Kingsport, Bristol, and Johnson City. That's the Tri-Cities up there, home of East Tennessee State.
1-1's the count, and he fouls off one, goes to his knees. He's taking a hearty cut.
I'm just speculating here. Kingsport, that's Dobbins-Bennett area.
Right,
so
I believe
I
that
could
I remember.
see maybe potentially Wolf went to Dobbins-Bennett, but yeah, that's that neck of the woods.
1-2 the count here. Maxwell stretch, and he's going to deliver the pitch. Up, ball hit to center field. Is it going to drop? Oh, he came and got it. Nice play by the center fielder. He's going to kind of try to throw the ball back into first to keep him honest. Nice play there by the center fielder. Williams gets you his first out.
Number 7.
Yeah, great play by Sam Williams there. Backtracks, comes back in, slides, and makes a spectacular catch. We saw that area as an issue even for Jackson State, both Jackson State and Southwest yesterday. So the fact that they've kind of exercised their demons there, and Sam Williams up sliding and making a great catch, and then got up and came up with the throw. So now the double play ball can get you out of the inning.
Brings up the 4-hole hitter, Austin Henry, second baseman. Just to make me think about up in East Tennessee State, I saw in the paper or on the Twitter where a former Chattanooga State, Hunter Parker, had 100 hits here for his career.
Hunter Parker, yes.
Congratulations to Hunter Parker, former Chattanooga State ball player. Foul ball for first strike. Former Chattanooga State ball player, former East Hamilton local product here in Chattanooga at East Hamilton High School. So congratulations. They had a really nice career.
Yeah, he had a couple plays that looked similar to Sam Williams during his time at Chattanooga State.
Yeah, he patrolled the center field for them, didn't he, back in the day? 0-1's the count here to Austin Henry. Maxwell's going to get ready to deliver the pitch. Fastball a little bit outside. Good spot. 1-1. 1 out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Pickoff attempt at first and plenty of time to get back. Yeah, we're creeping closer to the end of the season for all baseball teams in the college level here. We got about 2 more weeks of SEC ball, I believe, and of course some of the other conferences as well, which is, I love this time of the year. Kind of coincides obviously with junior college, but now's the time when these teams are concluding and trying to get good spots for the tournaments.
Yeah, same, at least in the Tennessee area, high school baseball, they're starting to get close to the state tournament, and they're wrapping up their districts and regionals.
Check swing by Henry down the line. It's a strike, obviously, for strike. 1-2's the count here with 1 out. Yeah, I know Tennessee's battling to try to get that last spot in the SEC tournament. They've got a big weekend with Missouri, who I think they're chasing or right tied with here in a couple weeks. Fisted by Henry, forced out at second, and he's going to get through Harris. Wow, I tell you, Henry has really got some legs. He's very aggressive. I mean, that ball was a force out, and then he kind of threw the ball to first base. It went by the glove. Harris just dropped it. It didn't go that far back, and Henry just took off running and made it easily. So he's standing on second, although the Generals do get the outs. There's 2 outs.
That's why he's Conference Player of the Year. Speed kills. We've seen that here early in the tournament.
And he'll bring up, look, he almost wanted to take off then. Brings up the 5-hole hitter, third baseman Duncan Pence. Pence hit a double last time up, so probably that's why he was in a rush to get over to second, put himself in scoring position. So, but I can see Henry, Player of the Year here in the conference. He is a energizer type bunny for the Senators. I mean, he is he's go go go.
You don't think from Ann Arbor, Michigan? You don't think Jim Harbaugh could use some of that speed right about now?
Most likely, yes. And Pence flies up to center. Looks like his center fielder is going to get that okay. And makes the catch, so it gets him out of the inning. Great job by Maxwell. No score for the Senators here in the bottom of the 3rd, and that gets us through 3 innings complete. 3-2 Jackson State.
No runs, no hits, 1 error. Number 22, Will Harris.
And here we are back up to the top of the 4th inning for the Jackson Generals. Be the first baseman, number 22, Will Harris. Harris, last time up, walked. First pitch by Lehman is once again, he's in behind the count, 1-0 with an off-speed pitch. Harris walked the last time up, and which Lehman, to my count, fastball fouled off for a strike, 1-1. By my count, I think Lehman is I only see 2 walks. You would think he'd have more because he's been behind so much.
When you say Harris, you got to think of the word walk. I mean, he draws a lot of walks this season. He's up to a handful, 14 on the season to 11 strikeouts. So he sees the ball well right there, taking a strike. But the carry on to what you're saying about Lehman, he's up to 67 pitches now in this outing.
Harris fouls it off on the 1-2 count, leaves it at 1-2. Yeah, I mean,
got to wonder how long Coach Shelton's going to ride with the starting pitcher, because he's getting up. I mean, what's the cap is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that was a spinning pitch right there on the inside. Caught him looking for a strikeout, first out. That'll bring up the center fielder, Sam Williams. Williams had a fielder's choice last time.
Sam Williams.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch there. Inside off speed. Harris was sold on the fact that it was coming too far in, then just completely locked him up there and gives down with the K.
First pitch is a strike on the fastball, 0-1.
That's his 6th strikeout of the game thus far for Lehman.
0-1 delivery, fouled off. Well, it hasn't looked pretty by any stretch. It's they're down 3-2. He hasn't, obviously this is his best outing out, but he's knowing their offense, he's and that's a strike 3 on the off-speed pitch, and we're quickly here to 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And that'll bring up the shortstop, 9-hole hitter, Bailey Etheridge.
A combination of he's throwing strikes, getting into a rhythm. This offense, they like to swing, kind of free swingers, and then if he can get into the home half of the inning, then he lets those bats get going for Walter. So Lehman's all about just pounding that zone and getting off the mound as quickly as possible.
Right. Well, Lehman starts him off with a ball on the off-speed pitch and throws again to a fastball to get behind 2-0 here with 2 outs. .2-0 delivery. Good cut by Etheridge, missed it, drove him straight back, so he was just on it. So it's 2-1 here, 2-1 count here. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 3-2 Jackson State over Walters. Fastball outside for a ball, 3-1. Fastball caught the corner. Etheridge threw his bat. He's looking for the walk. You see this numerous times. Now we'll see what the next pitch has. He better be swinging if it's close to the plate. Full count now with 2 outs. Umpires don't like to see that happen too often. Oh, good pitch. Etheridge takes the pitch to right field for a hit. Nice job of hitting on 2 strike, 2 out at bat, and brings us back up the top of the order for the second baseman, Ian Bibaloni.
So starts to walk to first base, and what he thought was a walk, then has to come back, and it ends up getting a nice little slap shot out to right field. So let's see if Etheridge can make some noise, like you said the last time in this situation. Maybe attempt to steal a base here, then worst case scenario, you're at the top of your order again. Bibaloni
is 1 for 1. Walk last time up. Hard hit ball to second base. Henry's got it very easy with the force out to second and get him out of the inning. So the Senators are into the dugout now. We're going in the bottom of the 4th. Still score stays 3-2 Jackson State. Here we are back in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Senators. Leading off is the right fielder, Tyler Gentry. Gentry grounded out to shortstop last time up. 0 for 1. Sam Maxwell still on the mound. Or Brandon Maxwell, I'm sorry. Brandon Maxwell on the mound still for the Generals. Delivers the first pitch. A little low, the dirt for a ball, 1-0. A little bit more cloud cover coming in. It's partly cloudy. But I don't know if that's a sign of the next couple days. Fastball down low for a ball, 2-0. Behind the count here to Tyler Gentry, the right fielder. Fastball on the outside corner for strike, 2-1. Ground ball, hard hit to DJ Wright at third. He's going to throw across the diamond and get in time for the first out.
Yeah, DJ Wright's been a staple over there at third base. Hasn't had a whole lot of trouble. He's bobbled a couple balls, but he still has this arm strength to get the out. And he, as we said earlier in the previous broadcast for Jackson State, he also is a pitcher, so that arm strength is going to be useful later in the game.
And that'll bring us up to the catcher, Luke Berryhill. Berryhill grounded out to right at third last time up. Fastball high for a ball, 1-0. Jackson State has out-hit the Walter State Senators 4-1. Don't see that too often either, so things can happen in a moment's change, but Brandon Maxwell so far has kind of stymied them.
Yeah, impressive that he's only held them to one. They've only had one hit. That's a very impressive feat for Mr. Maxwell thus far.
Foul ball off behind the screen here. 2-1's the count. Yeah, I mean he's got him. He's got him. I'm sure they're in the dugout. You know, I'm trying to work through things, trying to figure it out. But you know, outs are outs. Fastball down low for a ball, 3-1. Well, I mean they're hitting the ball hard, but they're hitting it to people, and you know.
Yep. Nothing you can do with that.
His guys are stopping the ball, making plays. So that's what you want. I mean, it's lofted down the left field line. That's going to probably be a double for sure. We'll see. Left fielder picks it up and gets the ball back in for a stand-up double for Luke Berryhill.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're hitting the ball hard to people. Nobody's there. So Luke Berryhill does a nice job turning on a pitch. Sees the changeup coming, turns on it, drives it out to the fence. So we'll see if the Senators can piggyback off of this.
Brings up Hunter Gilliland, the DH. Gilliland struck out last time up. Skies one up in the air. I think it's going to be foul. It's going to be right behind the Jackson State dugout.
That was a mile in the air.
0-1's the count. Maxwell with the 0-1 delivery. Ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to bobble it. No play there, so they'll leave runners on first and second.
Yeah, that's a tough play for Etheridge to make, quite honestly. Even if he fields that cleanly, I don't know if he's getting the DH. So now, yes, you let a runner on, but this allows for the force out of third along with some opportunities in the middle infield here. So not all bad, some damage done, but you try and limit that by getting a ground ball here.
Yeah, they scored it in error, but, you know, like you said, that's a tough play. Wouldn't have had him anyway. Men on first and second, one out for Malik Kyle, the first baseman. Tries to bunt, and he does bunt it. It was right up around his face, so it's a defensive bunt.
Yeah.
Fouled off behind us.
Almost hit the top of the back screen
He
here.
got hit last time up, too, so he's seen the ball up close and personal already.
He's asking Coach Shelton, I don't want to square around again.
Yeah, I thought everybody here swung. We didn't bunt too much. 0-1's the count here with one out. Men on first and second. Maxwell tries the inside move. Berryhill's not biting, so.
Yeah, not a ton of speed on the base path for Walters right now. Berryhill, the catcher, and the DH, Gillian, so there's not a ton. If you find a gap, you probably score one, but it's a matter of finding
Swings
that.
through it on the off-speed pitch, so it's an 0-2 count here to Kyle.
This is a big AB here because if you don't get him, the lineup flips over, and then you got some issues to deal with. So if you can try and get Kyle here, and then you can work your way through that top of the lineup.
0-2 delivery. Kind of rolled over the ball hard on the foul ball side of first base. He was way out in front of that pitch. I don't know if the off-speed is the pitch here for 0-2. I'd be inclined to go high up, maybe a little bit up above his chest, see if he'll fish for something out of the zone up, and even if he hits it, it'll be up in the air. That off-speed stuff would be tough with 0-2. You don't want to speed their bat up. And he goes for the fastball, and he's going, oh, nice play by the first baseman. He's going to tag it himself for the second out. That's a real nice play by the first baseman on the short hop.
Fantastic pick there by Harris, and it does move the runners over. So Emily Kyle does a good job of getting a productive out.
So we're back to the top of the order again. Dylan Harris, the center fielder. Dylan's 0 for 2, hit the ball hard to left field the last time up, so we're kind of back in another one of these situations where they have middle, second, third, and they have the hitter they want up at the plate here with 2 outs. Maxwell's going to deliver down low in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, France.
Haven't been a whole lot of pass balls here for Maxwell today, but he's that kind of pitcher who's got a lot of movement on his pitches, so if he gets something down in the dirt, maybe Berryhill tries to make a run at it.
Maxwell to the stretch and the delivery. Pitch a little bit inside. Must have been a little bit too inside. Ball 2-0.
Do have a base open here, but you don't want to have to walk him and deal with a deeper portion of the top of the lineup. So you got to do your best to find the zone and try and get a ground ball.
And that's going to be a pass ball there. Ball pitch out, even the score. 3-3.
Yeah, usually a sure-handed catcher in France, and in the 2 games we've seen from him, he's made some nice stops. That time gets away from him. So now Maxwell has a runner on third and a very dangerous hitter behind 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a green light here with 3-0. We'll see. Off-speed pitch, low and in for a ball, so he walks him.
Now the plate, number 8, Logan Carey.
Brings up Logan Carey, the left fielder. Carey is 0 for 1, walk last time up. First and third situation. We'll maybe see Harris moving here. And he doesn't. Carey's going to try to bunt with 2 outs. That's a bit of a surprise, but it's like didn't look like a bunt for a hit, but still was a close play. The Senators do tie the game back up here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we're tied now 3-3 after 4 innings.
1 error.
And here we are back up the top of the fifth inning for Jackson State. Leading off will be the third baseman, DJ Wright. Off-speed pitch by Lehman, misses for a ball, 1-0. Wright's 2 for 2 with an RBI, so he's had a good day today. Lehman delivers on the 1-0. Strike, 1-1's the count. Tie game now, 3-3 here, top of the fifth. Lehman delivers an off-speed pitch inside. Jams him up for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch. Just kind of floated across the plate there. Wright had nothing for it. So Lehman's starting to settle in here. If he gets a quick out, he'll be pretty comfortable.
Off-speed pitch fouled off by Wright. One-two delivery, off-speed pitch. Wright fouls it off as he's fighting it off. One-two delivery, fouled off again, so we got a good battle going. All the region tournaments throughout the nation for JUCOs really start. We're one of the first ones, but I know the Texas regions, the two regions, will start on Saturday, and I think the Arizona one's already off too. So we're heading that way. We're about 3 weeks from off-speed pitch driven up the middle by Wright. Excellent job of hitting. He's 2 for 2 today, or 3 for 3 rather. Gets the inning started off the way they want.
He's been the guy who's really figured out how to hit Lehman's pitches. So
Now
he's,
for that, number 15,
him and
Garrett Guyman.
Bibaloni prior to that out in the fourth inning have done a nice job seeing the ball. So we'll see if the meat of the order here can put something together for the Generals.
That'll bring up the third hole hitter, the DH Garrett Guyman.
It's essentially gone back to 0-0, so you got to figure out you're back at square one. You got to start finding some runs.
Guyman's 0 for 2 for the day. Struck out last time up, and he takes a fastball foul out there towards the field house, and it's going to land right off the roof. So he didn't hit anybody. So he's behind the count 0-1. Yeah, I think after this weekend, I mean, we're 3 weeks away from the start of the World Series in Grand Junction. It's always on Memorial Day weekend. Oh, nice tailor-made double play ball right there. The shortstop, second, first, and double play. You couldn't have asked for a better combination there, right there near the bag, so it was not a hard turn. Tough luck for the Generals. Good break for the Senators.
Hey, Henry's just so smooth out there at second base. Does a nice job of it. Doesn't go off the pitcher's glove, and Henry's right there to field it and just kind of gives it a nice toss, a little bobble, and he's really athletic out there. Does some really nice things.
Yeah, he leads us up to the cleanup hitter, Donnell Bailey, the left fielder. 2 outs here. Fastball outside. Yeah, I can see now why Henry was voted the player of the year. I mean, he's really seems to be a special player. Off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Off-speed pitch. That does look good to me. I don't know, but I'm not the umpire. But man, that was a nice pitch. Off-speed, low 2-1. Fastball is fouled off behind. I keep waiting for Bailey to launch one. We've seen him 2 days in a row now. He's very muscular, athletic looking, and he does like to take an uppercut swing. So just hadn't got the pitch he can get to elevate.
And he's hunting fastball.
Yeah. Off-speed pitch. Down and away for a ball, 3-2, and I'm sure the book on that is not to pitch in fastballs, right? Or that is out of the zone if you do. Fastball throws it by him, though, for a strikeout to end the inning for the Senators. What started off promising ends with nothing for them. So we'll take it to the bottom of the 5th inning, and we've got a tie game, 3-3. And we're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Senators. Leading off is going to be the shortstop, Hunter Wolf. Wolf flew out to center field last time up, walked first time, so he's 0 for 1 for the day. He's going to face Brandon Maxwell, who's been on the mounds from the start, competing well. 3 runs given up, only given up 2 hits. Wolf takes a stab at a bunt, or what he was trying to do, bunt for a hit, but it was kind of not a conventional way to do it for a foul, so he's behind the count 0 for 1.
We spoke earlier about how we're not used to seeing Walter State square around for bunts, and there's been a couple of occasions here where they haven't been able to pull back on some pretty tough pitches to bunt.
Max. Wolf hits the ball on the right for a base hit, lead off the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman.
Comes to plate, number 7,
Austin Henry. Henry's had 2 fielder's choices. He's been very active on the bases, so this is the scenario that Dave Shelton's looking for here. Runner on base and his cleanup hitter up at the plate, player of the year. Off-speed pitch by Maxwell finds the zone for a strike, 0-1. The right side is open. Second baseman cheating towards second base to cover for on a steal. Big jump. Another strike on an off-speed gets Henry behind in the count, 0-2. You got to be careful here now, Maxwell. You're way ahead of the count. Find your location that you want and concentrate and get to it. Don't leave the ball out over the plate. Checks the runner at first. Back in time. Maxwell to the stretch. Hits him right in the back with the pitch on the 0-2 pitch, which really obviously don't want to do. So you put him on first and second with nobody up, nobody out, and Duncan Pence, the third baseman, coming up to the plate.
At bat, number 13.
Pence is 1 for 2, and this is not a scenario that I know Brandon Maxwell's looking for. Pence. Maxwell comes to the stretch and delivers. Pence is actually bunting, which once again well, if I said surprising to me, that would be the mildest statement I could make here. I get really surprised by seeing Pence square around. I know you're in a tie game 3-3, but it's only the bottom of the 5th. And Pence.
It's just surprising to see a team square around. So they have, as a team, they have 95 home runs. They're power hitters. It's interesting to see the way they're going with this small ball approach.
Another bunt,
pretty good one.
A pretty good bunt, actually. That's going to go into out off the fence. Low, and that's definitely going to bring in 2 runs, and they're going to stretch. Pence is going to end up with a third base for sure if he doesn't decide. Yeah, he's going to hold a third. You know what? That was a really good bunt by Pence, and errant throw by the third baseman. Jackson State pays the price for that.
And just situation there. Maybe Coach Shelton's just trying to add another wrinkle or a layer to his team. So we're up here talking about how they're power hitting, and they dropped down in a really nice bunt and end up getting 2 runs.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's, you know, it worked. It's just something we aren't used to seeing from Walter State. But you know what? That's baseball, and that's good that they're doing that. I mean, you know, like you said, it adds a wrinkle to their arsenal.
Something else you got to worry about now.
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Tyler Gentry. Gentry's 0 for 2. Got a runner on third now with nobody out. Off-speed pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0. Fastball spiked in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher fronts. 2-0's the count to Gentry. Be careful here with the 2-0 pitch. Golfed right through the glove of Wright. He had it, and it just went right through his mitt. It was hit hard, but I thought that he had it in his mitt, but it must have escaped right through it. And that third run will score, making it 6-3 now. Runner on first.
Now bat number 21.
Yeah, I said earlier.
I don't know what the scoring was on that. I mean, I'm an old timer, so I would look at that as an error, but I don't know what the.
DJ Wright's been a staple at third base. A couple of plays here now where he's kind of showed some issues there, at least catching that one, and well, that's a really tough play to make. But that's a tough one to hold on to, that line drive. That's a laser at that hot corner. So see if Jackson can rebound here.
Yeah, that'll bring up the catcher, Luke Berryhill. So things are starting to move in the direction that Walter State probably expected all along, 6-3. Berryhill hit a double last time up, so Maxwell's at a 1-1 count, and he's in a deep hole right now. Haven't seen any movement yet in the Jackson State bullpen. Maxwell to the stretch. High with that fastball, 2-1. But the only thing we haven't seen yet is stealing attempts from the centers. Maybe hard hit ball to shortstop, hops right in front, up in the air. Shortstop not able to handle, so it makes men on first and second. I don't know. Once again, that's another tough call. I mean, that was a tough play. They're going to give him a hit. That's probably the right call.
Yeah, now they're starting to tee off, hit some lasers, and they're just tough plays for the fielders to make, and we'll have a little mound visit here.
Tyson Malik, the head coach, will come out and talk to Maxwell, kind of slow things up here a little bit. We still don't have anybody out there throwing, so this is just a kind of a take a breath here and reset.
We said it earlier with we thought the second time through the lineup they would be able to adjust to Maxwell. It looks like it's going to be the third time through for a lot of these guys, so third or fourth. So it's just a matter of seeing more pitches, and so that's starting to wear off a little bit, the timing and the movement as fatigue kicks in and a little more pressure builds. So we'll see if Maxwell's got enough in the tank maybe just to get out of this inning and let his bats do some work.
Now that'll bring up the DH, Hunter Gilliland.
Now bat number 28, Hunter Gilliland.
Struck out and had an error on shortstop, so he's 0 for 2. But you're right, most pitchers don't get a chance to go through the Walter State lineup three times, in an outing. So, we talked about it. I mean, Maxwell's he's done a good job. I mean, he doesn't have power stuff and all that, but he's confused them, and he's probably just reached the limit of confusion here for them. Another bunt attempt by the DH here. So Coach Shelton's going to try to move these runners over to second and third, set up. Looks like he's going to have a pinch hitter from Kyle. The way I've been announced, but I see a guy warming up that's not him, so we'll see. Inside move by Maxwell. Looks like that is number 16.
'16 would be Channing Ratliff.
Maybe it's 15. I can't tell what it is. Pitch by Maxwell's fouled off directly back. Maybe that's 15.
That would be Landon Knack, the pitcher.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's what they're moving. Although he's due to pitch tomorrow, but I think he's been a DH, so maybe they're gonna have him play first base some here. 0-2 here to Gilliland. Nobody out. And the off-speed pitch gets him for a strikeout for the first out. And
Pinch hitting.
Knack is going to come in to pinch hit.
Knack.
Yeah, Knack on season, you spoke about his pitching numbers. He was 11-0 with 3 complete games and a 1.6 ERA, 94 strikeouts to 8 walks. Hitting-wise, he's slugging at a 7.74 rate, 10 homers, 32 RBIs, and his OPS is above 1,000. So kind of one of those two-way players that's been has had a really good season here for Walter State.
Maxwell's going to throw the off-speed curve in the dirt for a ball. First pitch to Knack, 1-0. Coach Shelton's going to come up and talk to Knack.
Yeah, this is probably just to get him familiar with what Maxwell's doing. Maxwell's got the upper hand again, like he did in the first couple innings, where they're not completely sure what's going to happen, what he's throwing. So he's just probably reminding Knack, hey, look, this guy likes to do an unorthodox way to deliver, so make sure you're on your toes.
A little bit of activity in the Walter State bullpen. Number 26, Reese Brewer, getting loose. So, we talked about the pitch count for Lehman, and maybe that's going to be down the road here shortly. We're going to see a new pitcher for them. But we're back to the game here right now. Knack with a 1-0 count. Men on first and second. Fastball, he takes for a strike, 1-1. 6-3. Walter State here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Delivery pitch. Oh, Knack gets into that. I don't know. That might not stay in the park. That is going back, and that is gone. 3-run home run for Landon Knack to dead center field. Will make the score now 9-3 Senators. That's what you want out of every pinch hitter, right, fielder? To come in and just, clean the bases off.
We talked about Maxwell having the upper hand of the at-bat with his unorthodox delivery, and Knack really wasn't caught off guard.
Now, I could be really clever and say, boy, that Knack sure does have a knack
Number 4,
for
Dylan Harris.
delivering.
Yeah, you'd be right with that. I mean, he only saw 3 pitches, and he's already changed the entire game.
And I had a correction on the score. I thought it was 9-3. It's actually 10-3. So 10-3 Senators. And that brings Harris up, who hits a line drive to the first baseman, Harris, for an out. And that'll be the second out.
Comes to plate, number 8, Logan Carey.
Gives us 2 outs here and brings up Logan Carey, the left fielder. Carey's 0 for 2. Tried to bunt the last time to the pitcher, who threw him out at first. Fastball in the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. I see a little bit of activity now from Jackson State. Got a right-hander up throwing. Number 19. We'll keep an eye on him and see what's going to happen. I imagine Maxwell's getting close to his limit too. Off-speed pitch for a ball, 1-1. He's got to be about spent as far as he's thrown a lot of pitches. 1-1 delivery in the dirt, 2-1. Fastball low in the dirt again, 3-1. Yeah, 19 for Jackson State is Kyle Brana warming up, a right-handed pitcher. 3-1 pitch, a little bit off speed, chases Dylan Harris for a strike. 3-2, we got a full count. Carey, I'm sorry. Carey chases the outside pitch for a strikeout for the third out. But the Senators do some damage, 7 runs in the inning, and that'll finished the 5th inning with a 10-3 lead. We'll be right back.
After the bottom.
That brings us up here to the top of the 6th inning for the Senators, and they got to get some things going here. We got to get it back in the game. They're down 10-3 right now.
France.
And the first batter up is going to be the catcher, Josh France. He's 0 for 2. Lehman's still on the mound for those Senators. Delivers the fastball that France gets a really nice swing at, a little bit out in front, and hits it over there toward the 10 area, and foul ball between between the baseball and softball fields. So he's behind 0-1, but it was a good cut just out in front. Lehman's got the second pitch, a little bit off speed, and he hits a golf ball right to the first baseman, who is now, we've got a new first baseman, number 11.
Drew Haney.
Now up, number 7, Mike Kahn.
So Knack was the pitch hitter who did his job, and Haney's going to take over the defensive duties for Malik Kyle. Brings up Mike Kahn, the right fielder, takes a called strike, 0-1. Imagine this might be the last inning for Lehman. I wouldn't be surprised that we've got Brewer warming up in the bullpen. Foul ball deep over there to the tennis courts, and that's going to bounce around a little bit. 0-2, the count to Mr. Kahn. 0-2 delivery, of course, hits him. So he's going to get a free ride to first base. It's not what Lehman wanted, I know, but...
Come to the plate, number 22, Will Harris.
Will Harris, the first baseman, will come up. Harris is 0 for 1, struck out looking last time up. Lehman's going to deliver the pitch. Swings through it for a strike. Runner's going to advance to second on a pass ball. So, Phil, do we have any updated activity on the Twitter line or any
No,
or anything like that needs to be addressed? Or?
The Twitter followers are increasing, so tell your friends.
We need more Twitter followers, folks. Come on, we need some activity. We're picking up a few followers here and there, so I know this is only the first day, technically. Off-speed pitch, foul back straight over us, brings to an 0-2 count. The power of social media.
Yep. And the Twitter handle's at TCCAA Region 7 BSB. So find us and we'll update you if you have to go on the run somewhere.
Fastball's fought off by Harris, fouled over there towards the parking lot. So the ball collectors are scattering all over the place, trying to get these balls. We have some on the tennis court, out in the parking lot.
Looks like Vol State's piling in here to our
Vol
left.
State getting loosened up, starting
Columbia.
to get a little bit of stretch.
Columbia over there warming up.
0-2 delivery by Lehman, catches him looking again.
Yeah,
Second out.
that's Lehman's 9th strikeout this game, and He's what,
Now up, number 23.
5 2/3 innings in, so 9 strikeouts. That's a pretty solid day considering the start was a little shaky.
Yeah, we'll bring up Sam Williams, the center fielder. Williams struck out as well. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Fastball's up for ball 1-0. Fastball for a strike, evens the count, 1-1. Off-speed pitch just misses. Just misses there. Williams leaned out for it, decided not to swing. That'll take the count to 2-1. Man on second here with 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Fastball way outside for a ball, 3-1. And fastball out of the zone is for a ball. That'll walk Williams. Put men on first and second here with 2 outs.
After the walk, brings to the plate.
And that'll bring up the shortstop,
Bailey
Etheridge. Etheridge singled last time up and was caught looking the first time, so he's 1 for 2. Really need a base hit. Need something to happen here for Jackson State. Tyson Malik's looking for something where he can move base runners. Off-speed pitches on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Lehman's delivery on the 0-1 count. Off the plate, the catcher gets the ball and throws out the runner on first base who was off the bag. Really excellent play there by Gilliland. Outstanding job for the 3rd out. It caught him sleeping a little bit. And that'll end the inning for Jackson State. Disappointing for them. Through 5 1/2, it's still 10-3 Walter State. And we're back here at Chat State Field, the bottom of the 6th inning for the Senators. Leading off will be Hunter Wolf, the shortstop. Wolf had a single last time up, and he'll face Brandon Maxwell, who's still out there competing. Nobody loose for Jackson State, so it looks like they're going to ride with him as long as he can go. Wolf takes a ball for the first pitch, 1-0. Next pitch is grounded foul on the 3rd base side. 1-1's the count. Looks like Maxwell's going to take the old term. He's just going to take one. He's going to take one for the team here and just save the pitching staff
Yep.
as much as possible.
Well, we saw last game with Eder. He was he hung around in the game late.
Wolf golfs one in the left field for a base hit to start the inning off.
Yeah, but to continue what I'm saying, Eder not only stayed in there, it was 6-1, but he kept the team afloat, got some key outs, and we'll see if Maxwell can do the same thing here, try and get out and get the bats going as quickly as possible.
That brings up Austin Henry, the second baseman. You know, as I said that, of course, that means somebody gets up for we're back with number 19, the right-hander, warming up again. So Maxwell's he gets Henry to ground out to the foul side of third base, got in deep on his hands, and Henry was rolled over it, so it counts 0-1. He's doing yeoman's work here for Jackson State. I know he's probably past what he's used to pitching. Fastball, and he's off and running, and Wolf's going to get there easily with a stolen base. Runner on second. That's the first stolen base, I believe, today for Walter State.
Yeah, it's Wolf's 36th stolen base this year.
Wow. Well, he's probably one of a top leader in the nation, too. I know Sean Cheeley with Chattanooga State's up there, too. So 36 will get you up in that range. 0-2 is the count to Henry, who's going to get fisted and pop up. Now, let's see. Second base is drifting back. It looks like he's got it, and he's got it for the first out. Maloney catches it, gives us one out.
15, Duncan Penn.
Brings up the third baseman, Duncan Pence. Pence has got a double to his name, 1 for 3 for the day. Senators only have 7 hits. I mean, they've only out-hit Jackson 7-5. 3 errors for Jackson State loom large, though. Boy, Pence just got under that. Hits it to left field. He just got under it too much. Flies out to left field.
Whoa, that was a nice throw.
Yeah, nice throw by left field there. Made it a lot closer than you would have thought. He just got under. You can tell. I mean, if that ball would have gone out very easily if he'd have just hit it a little bit more on top. But 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, and that'll bring up the right fielder Tyler Gentry, who hit a single last time up. So here we are. Mr. Maxwell's back with 2 outs, and it hasn't looked completely pretty, but he's got 2 outs and about to go get out of this inning. And then Wolf's off to take the steal third, and he's going to get in there easy.
37.
I really wasn't paying much attention to him there. He had a good jump.
37. Interesting they steal third base with 2 outs.
Yeah, well, I know. Old-time baseball, it might be some
Yeah, he made
discussion
it.
about that.
Yeah, he
with a
made
7-run
it.
lead, but in this level, you can't take any lead for granted. Off-speed pitch is a strike, even the count 1-1 here to Tyler Gentry. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Maxwell delivers on. Gentry tries to bunt. Bunts it foul behind the catcher who couldn't get there in time. So it's 1-2. The Senators are showcasing their bunting skills here. Maxwell delivers. Must be just off the plate. It's a good location for a ball. 2-2. Fastball ripped hard to third base. Wright's going to throw, and nice job by the first baseman to get the tag on Gentry in time for the 3rd out. That'll end the inning for the Senators. Through 6, 10-3, Walter State.
Leading off top 7, number 10.
Back up now to the
Bailey
top of the
Etheridge.
7th inning for Jackson State. Leadoff hitter is going to be Bailey Etheridge, again, the shortstop. We got a new pitcher for Walters State. Number 26, right-hander Reese Brewer. Brewer's a sophomore redshirt from Arlington, Texas. What do you know about Brewer, Fielder, as far as what he's done this year?
Yeah, we're talking about Reese Brewer, the right-hander Hurley, 3-0 in the season, 4.76 ERA, 20 strikeouts to 8 walks, and a 7.94 strikeout per 9.
And he gets ahead of Etheridge right now, 0-2. Sweeping off-speed pitch misses way outside for a ball, 1-2. Fastball overpowers him, and it's strikeout, first out. And that'll bring up
Now to bat,
the
number
leadoff
3,
hitter, the second baseman,
Ian
Ian Bibaloni. Don't really know the final stats on Lehman. Don't know what the pitch count, but he gave up 7 hits and 3 runs.
He got near, I'd say, around 100 pitches.
Yep. Strike for the first pitch on the fastball. You know, he'll look back on it. I'm sure if he told us, he'd say it wasn't one of his better starts, but he did what he needed to do. Strike on the inside. You know, first 2 innings they got to a little bit. Could have been a lot worse, but it's just the 0 show. He shut things down. This wasn't pretty, but the results were there. Bibaloni hits a fly ball to center field. Harris camps under it for the second out.
Now to bat, number 9, DJ Wright.
That brings up the third baseman, DJ Wright. Wright's got 3 base hits. He's been the star of the game for the Generals. Offensive production, 3 for 3 with an RBI by my count. Brewers tries to get him with a sweeping curveball, misses on the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Fastball grounded foul, 1-1. I believe after this game there will be some on-the-field presentations, awards, recognition of the all-conference team, so there'll be a little bit of a break between the second and third game. Fastball misses for ball, 2-1. So that third game, which was regularly supposed to start at 4:30, obviously I don't think is going to make that. So hang with us. Keep an eye on the clock. Follow the Twitter, and we'll try to give you the update on when that game will start. 2-2's the count. Imagine the presentations probably will take 25, 20 minutes, something like that.
Around that.
So 5 o'clock, I'm thinking, if this game. Ball skied at first base. Nice play there by the first baseman who catches it for the third out. And that ends the inning for the Generals. They're in the top of the 7th. 10-3 still, Walters State heading into the bottom of the 7th.
plate, number 21, Luke Berryhill.
And heading into the bottom of the 7th inning here for the Senators, leading off will be the catcher, Luke Berryhill. Berryhill has a double and a single to his credit today. Maxwell is still out there on the plate, and Berryhill launches one in the alley. We'll see if that carries off the wall. He's going to get at least a double, and he's going to end up with a stand-up double off the wall to start the inning here in the 7th. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Hunter Gilliland. Gilliland's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Maxwell to stretch and delivers. Strike. 0-1's the count. Gilliland grounds up to nice play by Wright on the short hop, but he's going to throw and he's going to miss it into the bullpen, and that's going to bring a run in for sure, and it'll take Gilliland into second base. Nice scoop by Wright, but the throw was not what you wanted. First baseman couldn't handle.
Tenth running, number 1, Jordan Hawley. At the plate, number 11, Drew Haney.
Looks like we may have a pitching change here. Jackson.
And we're going to have a pitching change here for Jackson State. Maxwell's out, and that'll bring in a new pitcher, number 19, I believe. 19 is Kyle Brana, a right-handed pitcher from Leesburg, Florida. What do we know about Kyle, Fielder?
Yeah, we can get you that information right after these warm-up pitches.
I'm sorry. New pitcher for Jackson State coming in is number 19, Kyle Brana. As I mentioned, he's from Leesburg, Florida. He's going to face the new first baseman for Walters State, who is Drew Haney. So, real quick, what's the the news on Mr. Braun as far as this year is concerned?
Braun has got 44 strikeouts, 14 walks, a 5.73 ERA, and 21 appearances. Does have a save, 3 wins, 1 loss. One of the guys that they really depend on out of the pen for Jackson State.
Braun comes in with a pitch, gets started with a strike on 0-1.
And a pinch runner also in this game. Number 1, Jordan Hawley, the Johnson City native, now running at second, a redshirt freshman.
Braun with the signal and getting ready to make the delivery. Off-speed pitch, had him out in front, but it was a ball, low, 1-1 to the count.
You got to love this if you're Walter State. This is the pinch hitter for the pinch hitter, and he hits on the season .355 with a .710 slugging percentage.
Oh. Well, there you go. Haney takes a big cut, but fouls it off for a strike, 1-2. Well, that works out really good. You let the original pitch hitter come in with men on first and second, and he swats it out of the park for a 3-run homer and get him out so he can go back to resting. And you bring another guy in that can, like
do the same.
750 slugging percentage. It must be nice.
Also, has 3 home runs on the season. That was so.
1-2's the count here to Haney. And he's off at third, going for third. He's going to throw him out. And they got him at third on a steal attempt. Nice throw by France to right. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Kind of interesting on the steal attempt there, but baseball's baseball. Back to a 2-2 count here on Haney. Fastball up for a ball. Brings you to a full count. Fastball down and away for a ball, so he'll walk him, put him on first base, and that'll get us back up the top of the order again for Dylan Harris.
Now up to bat, number 4, Dylan Harris.
Harris has hit the ball twice, flew out to left field and to first base. Mixed that in with a walk. Good lead by Haney. Brana delivers up and away for a ball, 1-0. Wow, fastball turned on down the first base line by the first base, down the right field corner, and it's going to go out, so that'll be an automatic double, I believe. That went under the fence, so the ground rules, I believe, will put Harris on second and Haney on third. We'll see.
Yeah, if that's the case, that's just an unfortunate turn of events.
We'll
for Walter
see
State
Haney.
there.
We'll see Haney's coming back to the dugout. What's the ruling here? Are they going to put Harris on third?
I think the discussion is where are they going to put Haney? Right now he is.
I mean, Haney was heading to second, but
Yeah.
I mean, a normal double would have put him on third.
Mhm.
So I don't really know that you could give him home, but they don't appear. Umpire's talking, the home plate ump's talking to Coach Shelton. Okay, they're going to bring Haney back to third. So they'll put a runner on second and third with 1 out. And that'll bring us up to the second hole hitter, Logan Carey, in left field. Carey is 0 for 3 as well. So second and third with 1 out, 10-3, Walter State.
Out to plate, number 8, Logan Carey.
Brano delivers an off-speed pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Boy, rifle shot to second. He mishandles it. That'll bring both those runs in. Carey makes a deep throw toss to first, and first baseman's not there, so he's going to end up with a single with 2 runs scored. And that'll make it 12-3. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Hunter Wolf.
Well, Hunter Wolf.
Ball was hard hit. Just hard to handle there for the second baseman. Wolf just gets under that. Skies it down the left field line. I don't know if it's going to cover. Oh, nice try by the third baseman to reach over. Gave it a good chance. I thought he would have had a chance. You know, almost. The spectator kind of.
Yeah. And the guy in the bullpen also.
Yeah, both the spectator and his own teammate kind of got in the way, didn't clear out to give him a chance to get to the ball on the fence line. Wright really made a nice attempt at it.
Having a conversation with Coach Shelton over on third base.
0-1's the count here to Wolf. 1 out here in the top of the 7th, or bottom of the 7th rather. Takes for a ball, 1-1. Wow, that was kind of a bizarre there. Brana delivers. Off-speed pitch, down low and away for a ball, 2-1. Ground ball to right again. No, nice scoop. And the high throw again into the fence. That's going to bring in a run. I think it's going to be close. Yes, he'll get in easy. And here comes the ball off the fence, and that will be the game, I guess. That's for the 10-run rule.
Yep.
There we go. Walter State wins 13-3. Final score 13-3 in 7 innings. They will advance to play tomorrow against Cleveland State. That game will be at 4:30. Jackson State will play Dyersburg State tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to get the day started. Hang around. We'll catch us for the 3rd game here in about an hour. And that'll be Columbia State versus Ball State. Until then, have a nice afternoon.